In this segment of ICD-10 CM, we'll be focusing on the level of detail in coding. So the guideline states that diagnosis codes are used and reported at their highest number of characters available. The ICD-10 CM diagnosis codes are composed of codes with either a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh character. Codes with 3 characters are included in the ICD-10 CM as the heading of a category of codes that may be further subdivided by the use of fourth and or fifth characters, as well as a 6th character, which provides greater detail. A 3-character code is to be used only if it is not further subdivided. A code is invalid if it has not been coded to the full number of characters, which provide greater detail. So here we have a placeholder example. As the guideline states, there is a possibility that you may have a 7-digit code. So the first 3 are considered your headers, and then the 4th, 5th, or 6th digit are considered the specificity of that particular code, which provides greater detail. So here we have some coding examples ranging from our 3rd digit to our 7th digit. So in our 3rd digit example, we assign N23 for renal colic. In our 4th digit example, we assign Q18.2 for brachial cleft. In our 5th digit example, we assign M26.79 for alveolar process of the cleft. And in our 6th digit example, we assign E83.110 to represent the pigmentary cirrhosis. And in our 7th digit example, we're assigning T82.01X, and then your 7th digit may be represented by the letter A, D, or S, which I will explain in the next slide. In the event where a code is a 7th digit code and there is a missing digit for the 6th placeholder, you are to input X to complete that placeholder. And again, you will assign either A, D, or S as that 7th digit. So our 7th digit placeholders, letters A, D, and S, are used for injury, poisoning, and certain other consequences of external causes. And this is typically where you would use the 7th digit placeholder when you're assigning your ICD-10 codes. So for letter A, again, which represents the initial encounter that is used for each encounter where a patient is receiving active treatment for the condition. The example that I use is a 3rd degree burn of the abdomen, which is represented by ICD-10 code T21.32XA. The X represents the 6th placeholder because there wasn't a 6th digit to assign, and then the letter A represents the initial encounter. Letter D represents the subsequent encounter, and the subsequent encounter is used for encounters after the patient has completed active treatment of the condition and is receiving routine care for the condition during the healing or recovery phase. So again, we use the same example of the 3rd degree burn of the abdomen. In this particular encounter, the patient is in for follow-up or for routine care of that particular burn. Again, so we're going to use T21.32X with the letter D. Again, X representing the 6th digit placeholder, and D represents the subsequent encounter. That letter A should actually be D. And then the sequela, which is represented by the letter S, is used for complications or conditions that arise as a direct result of a condition, such as a scar formation after a burn. The scar is the sequela of the burn. When using the S, it is necessary to use both the injury code that precipitated the sequela and the code for the sequela itself. So here we're going to again use that 3rd degree burn of the abdomen, and I did not put my codes in the correct order here, but I just want to show you the actual codes that should be used for the particular encounter. So again, because this is a sequela and because there's a condition that arises or precipitated from the 3rd degree burn, we're going to assign the diagnosis code of the injury as well as the condition that precipitated from that particular injury or burn. So your scar would be assigned ICD-10 code L90.5. And then we're still going to assign T21.32XS for the 3rd degree burn of the abdomen. The X represents the 6th placeholder and the S represents the sequela. So again, we look back at letter D. Again, it should be T21.32XD.